All right, yo, so let's talk all about this whole quality versus quantity argument in the rap game. And I know you've heard of this. If you're an artist or if you're even just a layperson, a spectator, you already know what I'm talking about. Quality versus quantity. Is it better to make a whole bunch of music, release everything you got, put everything on the floor, or to hoard it, put it in a Dr. Dre vault, only release like a song occasionally, all of that? Now, what we're going to do in this particular video is come from the aspect of an up-and-coming artist. So we're not going to necessarily just talk about, you as, like, if you're already massively famous, you're going to have an entire label and like brand managers and all kind of people to talk about this. We're going to talk about what should you do as an up-and-coming artist, somebody who's trying to get in the industry, and what can you learn from the artists that are famous and have chosen a side. You gotta pick a side, right? So what we're gonna do is go through a couple examples and also talk about the dangerous people. And when I say the dangerous people, some like a troll, some like one of these people that you'll see online and they seem like they know what they're talking about because they're like that confident. They're really like, they really believe what they're saying, or they're posting a lot. And so you really think, maybe I should follow what this dude's saying, when it may not actually help you. So, all right, what are these people we're talking about, the dangerous people? Let's just start from there. These people you already know. If you're on hip hop forums, if you read comment boxes, if you're on Twitter, whatever it is, you're chopping it up with your boys about quality versus quantity. You always have this one dude or maybe a couple cats and be like, quality over quantity, homie. Like it'd always be in caps. Over will be in caps. It'd always be something like quality over quantity, dog. Like I just imagine that's how they talk, because they're super gung-ho in their mom's basement and they seem to know everything about the game. These are the same folks that haven't released a song since like summer 14, all summer 14. They're looking for revenge for their mixtape from 2 years ago. These are cats that'll tell you, what you got to do is like, take your time. I'm a perfectionist. That's another one. That's another angle they got. I'm a perfectionist. But if you actually research these folks, most of the time, they haven't released enough music to get to where they want to go. It's a noisy world we live in social media. If you're only releasing like one song every 2 months and you're not already popping, like, I'm sorry, dog, like nobody's checking for you. So if you see these cats, these are the dangerous people. These are the dangerous folks. These are the folks that you might want to like get sucked in because they really sound like they know what they're talking about. They really are seductive in that way. You know what I mean? Oh, I sound like I really believe it. Quality over quantity. I know my shit. But if you really do your research, they're still working on their single from, October 2015. And it's June 2016, dog. Like, get out of here. Now, if you want to look to somebody, look to artists that may actually be willing to give you some information, or let's not even say willing, let's just say that they put little nuggets out there. You really got to scrounge for this stuff. I would suggest you actually scour through the interviews of some of the greatest rappers of all time, and occasionally we get a gift. It'll be the interviewer asking the rapper, like they actually ask the rapper, for an average album, how many tracks do you make? Or another way, if the interviewer hasn't asked the rapper, you could just look at how many mixtapes did they make before the album. And if you put all those numbers together, you can get a good idea of how much quantity you actually need, or the best are doing it in order to get to the quality. So that's kind of what we're going here, all right? So you gotta get a lot of quantity, and then you dig down and pick out the quality from there. Now let's use a live example from an interview that just came a couple of days ago. In fact, it inspired this video. Kanye West is getting interviewed about his new compilation album, Cruel Winter. Y'all remember Cruel Summer, the good music joint? Ain't Nobody Fucking With My Click was on it. You know that. So he was talking, and he's promoting that with Big Boy, the radio host out here in LA. Legend. Shout out to LA, Big Boy, all that. And Big Boy gives us a gift. Yes, like Kanye. So for an album like Life of Pablo, 17 tracks, how many tracks do you actually make for that? And so let's just throw in that clip there. I don't own this clip. Don't sue me, Big Boy. I'm an LA homie. Peace and love. But check it out, y'all.
If the Life of Pablo got like 17 on it, right? How many does Kanye record for us to have the 17?
Might be about 40.
Really?
Then it's also like small ideas.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like me murmuring over a tracker into my iPhone, it might be for FML. I mean, I look through about 200 voice notes.
All right, so you see it right there. Proof is in the pudding. Even at 39 years old, he's taking over the rap game. He's taking over the fashion industry. Say what you want about him, whether you like him, love him, hate him, whatever. He's basically a living legend at this point. Even at damn near 40 years old, for his something like 7th or 8th studio album, he's made 40 tracks, or at least like 40 concepts, foundations for his 17-track new album. And I ain't no scientist, ain't no mathematician, far from a Harvard student, just had the balls to do it. But that's damn near like 3 times the amount of tracks, 3 times the amount of music you need for that 17-track album. Now, if you also do your homework, study cats like Tupac, he has released more music after his death, or his estate has, than when he was alive. So you know the guy was doing quantity. Eminem has released as many as 300 songs over the course of his career, even with breaks for addiction. Jay-Z has 12, 13 albums, something like that, even with retirement. All right? More examples. We already know most of the examples. We already know about how Drake has probably released almost too much. Some of his best music he released to other people, and it might have bit him in the ass a little bit. But point is, it's pretty clear that the greats, or at least the kings, the people on the top, they are doing a lot of quantity. So quantity is a given at this point. Now the question is, what can you do in order, so with that being said, knowing quantity has to be part of the equation. What's the best solution? Well, I already hinted at it already, all right? What I would suggest is you wanna make a lot of quantity, because quantity is already given. We already talked about that, at least as far as the greats are concerned. And you wanna sift through. You gotta dig for that gold to get to the quality. So start with quantity, end with quality. Start with quantity, and end with quality. Start with making a lot of music. Make it first. Don't have this argument if you're not making a lot of music. And if you're watching this video and you haven't made a lot of music recently and you want to quantity, whatever, then stop the video, go make a lot of music, come back to it, and then step 2, get to the quality. Choose it out. Pick out the best shot. Load the chamber, aim, gotta line them up and then attack. You already know it. So with that being said, hopefully this video helps. It's your big homie Drew. A little bit of a semi-rant today for y'all, but wanted to open some minds, get a little unorthodox. If this is your first time watching us, be sure to subscribe. I'll give you free tips all the time here on YouTube, all about how to improve your rap skills, rap opinion, hip hop, all that good stuff. If you've been watching us for a while, you're already subscribed and all that, be sure you sign up for our free daily newsletter, where I send you all more information, tips, insights, not available here on YouTube. Plug in it, it's free, it's dope. You get some free shit with it, it's fun. Be sure to check that out in the video description box below, and I'll talk to you soon.